Hey everyone, Howler here, and welcome to another vlog. Today I'd like to talk about red wolf recovery and why that's so complicated. So, looking back, red wolves once roamed quite a large portion of the United States, and back in the 80s and 90s, the population was so low that there were none in the wild. The only ones left were actually in zoos. Now, there was a recovery effort that was successful, and part of that involves something called cross-fostering, where wild wolf mothers would come to their den one day and find, in addition to the wolf pups that they had, suddenly there were more of them. And these pups came from zoos. And what biologists were doing, they were putting the scent of her current pups onto the pups they were introducing into the den. And much to their surprise, that actually worked. And instead of getting rid of them, the mother actually adopted them and took care of them and raised them. And this was very helpful to the wolf population as a whole. Now, the problem, especially in the last 15 years with the Red Wolf Reintroductory Program, is that it's facing a lot of opposition, and it's complicated. Basically, there was a lot of misinformation about how the wolf program as a whole was being managed and how landowners that were having trouble with wolves would be compensated. This also was drawing a lot of criticism because a lot of people felt that the wolves were decimating game animal populations, causing trouble with livestock, and harassing family pets, and just encroaching on private property in general, which was causing a lot of unrest amongst the humans. So there was a lot of pushing for the government to stop the program as a whole. But eventually the Fish and Wildlife Service had to stop and reevaluate the program, as efforts just weren't working out, especially with so much opposition, as the program itself was based a lot on the goodwill of landowners. So currently, as it stands right now, the recovery program is now only limited to a very small area of land around the Alligator River, and the proposed plan was to remove any wolves outside of that area and give them to, I think, 40 different zoos. Obviously, this is cause for concern. A lot of biologists believe that this is the beginning of the end of the red wolves as they know it. Another problem with this is wolves keep coyote populations in check. Without the red wolves there, the coyotes made a huge comeback, which is again something the landowners, farmers don't want. And another problem with the coyotes is that without a stable wolf population, the red wolves are interbreeding with coyotes, creating something called a coy wolf. There isn't a whole lot of information right now on how coy wolves are affecting the ecosystem as a whole yet, but I'm sure this isn't helping the situation either for the wolves, the coyotes, or the people involved in this. So this is really going to be interesting to watch. No one's really sure what's going to happen. I mean, either this is going to work and the wolves will make another comeback, or this could take decades to sort out. But rest assured, I'm going to be keeping tabs on it. So any updates that I get, I'll pass along to you. But in the meantime, I encourage you to keep your eyes and ears open for any news as well. So that does it for this vlog. I'll be back.